we looking all right?
I think so.
Okay.
You gonna set the useless timer?
Look, man. If we didn't use a timer,
I know,
we'd be
it'd
like
be ridiculous.
3 hours, you know?
Yeah.
Clock. Timer. 30. Boom. It has begun.
What episode is this?
I don't know. I really don't know.
61 or 62?
I think 60. No.
63?
I think this is 60.
No,
Or
that
did we
was
already
last
do that?
time. We already did that. This is 61.
61. 61.
Sure. You know, Bibby, let's just start this off right.
Voy a Peru.
Bibby did not get his certificate of biliteracy because he failed the English portion of his test.
He passed the Spanish but failed the English. That's funny.
No, it's not.
It's funny. It's funny.
But let's talk about this.
Look at this.
Tonight's
Deadhead.
episode is sponsored by
Sponsored by
Deadhead.
Deadhead Rum.
Yeah. So, I thought I was super cool. I traveled all the way to freaking Ohio to get this, thinking that Dana had never had it. Come to find out, I was wrong. And we cannot buy this in Oregon today.
Guess what? I have something as well that you cannot buy in Oregon.
What's that?
It was brought back by my good friend Dan and his wife Lori from Texas.
From Texas, huh?
Yeah, black rum. You can only buy it there.
Small batch, Fredericksburg, Texas. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
Nice.
Oh, he's the one. He and Lori, they're the ones that they watched a full episode of this.
Don't do that.
But
Nice.
you've got that. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to save this
Okay, for next time?
for us.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, ha. Wee, wee. All right, I got it. Okay, I can't do that yet.
That was some good poppage.
Poppage.
You know, I don't,
Yeah, because you don't want to screw up the pour.
yeah.
You screw up the pour and it's on the table, and next thing you know, you're licking a table. Although I didn't clean it. We probably could.
Yeah. I have seen people,
Yes, there's a photo on here of
someone,
3 ladies with straws drinking tequila off of the counter. Because, you know, here in the Cabana, we know how to do it right.
all right.
I haven't had Deadhead in a while.
Smells like rum.
Smells like rum.
Cheers.
Happy going down the Cabana hole.
That's right.
That is very mild.
Very mild.
Very mild.
Yeah. It's rum.
That didn't sound very like a very enthusiastic endorsement.
I put a little extra
Yeah.
seasoning in this olive oil.
Oh. Nice. Well, Mr. Devon, I know not much has been going on lately.
Jeez.
Just the burning down of LA.
Yeah. Oh man. You know, I'm surprised that
Very nice.
with all the international festivities at my son's graduation last night that they didn't talk, nobody said anything about it. I don't know. I think I'm becoming an old, a cranky old man.
Yeah, I'm already there, bud. It's just, I so understand my dad now. I really do.
Well, like, I always talk shit to, like, Spanish-speaking people whose parents speak Spanish and they can't speak a lick of Spanish. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
Like, keep some of your heritage.
Yeah.
But then, I'm sitting in this graduation, and they're speaking, like, 4 different languages, and I'm like, can we just get the fuck on? Like, come on, man. Why are we, why?
Right.
So it's very conflicting.
Well, okay, but there's a difference. One, you've got a general audience that, let's face it, is listening in English. Because they kind of combined it with that international school thing, right?
No, but just Beaverton High School has a
No, but you know what I'm talking
very
about.
diverse.
If you got 4
student
languages.
body. Well, they actually speak 32 languages at that school.
I don't believe that.
I think that's what they said.
32. Come on. That's that new math. They're doing that too. No, I know there's a lot of languages.
So, I don't know. I mean, it was fine.
You know the crazy thing is the rub would be which one you're going to do, but we live in a day and age we could seriously worldwide in one generation everybody speak the same language.
Oh yeah.
It would be so easy.
If you want to do.
And then you can communicate.
Which language are you going to speak?
I think it should be elf. Because then nobody can say, well, no, we got to speak American or English or Spanish or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a language that unifies everyone. Elf.
What about Klingon?
Could do that, but that's kind of stupid. Elf is not stupid. Klingon is stupid.
Why is...
Now, Romulan, yeah, I might go for that.
Yeah, so LA's burning down again,
Mm-hmm.
just differently.
And of course, it's Trump's fault.
Dude, did you watch Gavin Newsom's thing that he did today?
I've heard some different clips from him.
Oh my god. I just...
Trying to play tough guy? Come on, Tom Ullman.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay,
He basically,
then I didn't hear the latest.
He said that that the raids, like, he specifically talked about a raid of a clothing company, which Mike Baker talked about. And, like, they were, like, it was a clothing company, but it was owned by the cartel.
They were laundering money.
They were
yeah.
laundering money. Mm-hmm. They arrested, like, rapists and sex offenders that were working there.
Well, and this is what I don't understand is on the most basic level, why would you defend anybody who's of that character? Just because you hate someone so much. I mean, TDS is a real thing, man. Oh, I got one for you.
Ooh.
Give my spectacles. This is insane. A customer of mine, Jason, sent me this. Come on, Jason, there you are.
A good customer of yours?
Yeah, longtime customer.
Okay.
Had this pinned on their door because he goes to the door to knock here to clean your roof and gutters. I'll read it to you.
Okay.
It's a note on the door. Attention. If you voted for the senile, malignantly narcissistic creep with the Hitler complex instead of the qualified, competent, dedicated woman, we cannot trust you to know right from wrong. Therefore, you may not enter this house, and if you do so, you will be arrested for breaking and entering. In addition, you may not photograph or video this sign, oops, or any part of this property. Violators will be prosecuted. This is the world that you have made. Shame on you. Now turn around and leave. That is called Trump derangement syndrome. You are not thinking rationally, man. You're not.
Are you sure it's not a joke?
And the problem is, no, it's not, because I've got a few friends who have posted similar stuff. But there's no talking reason. You can't. And like Jason said, he said, I was there. I had TDS. But he was just fully rabid against Trump. And it wasn't until he saw Trump give a speech and he went, okay, actually, I kind of agree with that. And then saw the news channel that he always watched say what Trump said. And he went, that's not what he said. He said that was when his eyes were open and he realized that they've been lying to him all this time. Mm-hmm. Yep. And what's sad is It's not like I'm a Trumpite, but it sure makes me sound like one.
It sure does. That's why I'm hesitant to even say anything.
Yeah, but nobody watches this.
Oh, I'm not here, just like in general.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? In the right situation, you say it. And in the right situation, you don't say it. Because it's not going to do anything.
There's gonna be one of those at this party.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
A Karen or a...
No.
A Trumper?
A TDS.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, but I liken a Karen to a TDSer.
No.
Yeah, Karens are just so... Anybody who is so into your business, they got TDS.
The only thing is I just see it on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she posts all this, like, and she was Bibby's teacher, and she's a super nice lady. Like, so nice.
Until...
Well, I don't know, because I just have this, like, unhealthy fear of, like, some shit's gonna go down.
Should I wear a Trump hat?
Dude.
I don't have one. You don't need to worry. But here's what's funny. I haven't found it. I don't know what happened to the shirt. It got lost or it got ruined or something.
Your wife?
No. Twiggy gave me a great shirt once. Red shirt, make Star Wars great again.
That's awful.
The coolest part about it is when I would be wearing that shirt, you'd see someone, they'd see the shirt, they'd get this look, and then they laugh because they all of a sudden realize what it was really saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch Andor? You should watch Andor.
You think this video is bad?
Dude. No Jedi. No... Like, it's completely different, dude.
Are they just like farming?
No.
It's Uncle Owen's farm. It's the prequel where they're trying to get moisture.
You liked Rogue One, right?
It was all right.
It's the...
I had my things about it that I did not like.
Oh, like what?
Like, you gotta always have the chick superhero. And you got this blind guy that can fight like a wizard, which is stupid.
Dude.
It's stupid. And they were very racist when they made it an Asian guy that does that. It's always the Chinese kung fu guy that does that kind of stuff. Why couldn't it be a one-legged, one-eyed...
Kanan was white. He lost his eyesight. He still performed his Jedi duties. He's a white guy.
Who's Kanan?
He was in Rebels. He was voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay. I remember Freddie Prinze. I don't know who Freddie Prinze Jr. is. Must be the son of Freddie Prinze.
I don't know who Freddie Prinze is. It's Freddie Prinze Jr.
There's the difference between our ages. Chico and the Man.
I don't know what that is.
It was a popular show that I watched as a kid that you didn't because you weren't born.
Yeah. So, I performed admirably
Doing what?
on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Roof ball.
Roof ball. I came in third place. I never made a top 3 in my entire career.
Oh, nice.
That was the first time. And I had to leave early. I didn't even get my damn trophy.
I wish that we did not have company coming over that day because I would have stuck around.
You would have seen it.
I would have kicked his ass.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I would have. I haven't thrown a football since, when have I thrown a football? It's been a long time.
My guy Brian Sarchi, I invited him for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He owns the poker club that we
do
our fantasy draft at. And he came and he played for the first time. He came in the top 6.
Oh, wow. And where's his poker club?
It's the old Viewpoint. Remember that strip club that had women on the bottom, men on the top? You don't remember that?
Is that where?
Columbia, 82nd. Like if you go 84 and you get off on the 82nd exit and you go north.
Like you're going to go to the airport.
Like you're going to go to the airport via 82nd. It's like right there where you have to turn left or right.
Okay, yeah, there's a big building there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what's on it. So that's a betting place?
Yeah, you play poker.
Oh, it's a poker place.
Well, they have poker, they have off-track betting, they have...
Meth.
No.
No. It's not a drug place.
But that dude is so smart, man. Because he started his poker club when poker clubs technically weren't legal.
Mm-hmm.
And so what he would do is he would go around to like bars and he would run it. He would run like a weekly poker tournament at these bars and get paid like $600, right? Every night, just for like 3-4 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Man, I would do that.
And then
That beats dealing with my customers that have stupid signs on their door.
he turned that into like a poker club. So Portland kind of allowed these people to be a club. So you would pay $5 and that's like your door fee. That's like your membership fee, right?
Right.
And you could play tournaments. You couldn't play cash games. But the dealers weren't paid.
Right.
Right? So he got a building and he did that. And then he turned that into moving it to Portland Meadows, where the racetrack was.
Right.
Right? So he worked with them and he made like a $200,000 renovation. It was sweet. It was so awesome. Like he had people coming in from all over the world to play there. And then they sold it to Amazon. They sold
So
it.
he was just leasing the building.
Well,
he didn't own it.
No, he didn't own the building because it was the racetrack. Right. It was the racetrack. And so he had the poker room. And then
I see. Gotcha.
And then somebody came up with this clever idea to make slot machines.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had off-track betting there, right? Horse race betting, right? No more live horses, but they still had like horse racing from around the country.
Right.
Right? So some genius came up with the idea to make a slot machine where it all looks like a slot machine. But down in the bottom, there's like a little tiny picture of a horse race. So every time you pull it, it randomly draws a race and a horse. And whatever that result is the result of what comes up here on the slot machine.
Oh. Okay.
So legally, right, you're not playing a slot machine, you're betting on a horse race.
Right.
So they had all these, so they asked him to...
But it's a slot machine.
But you're betting on a horse, like they got around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they asked him to like manage the casino. So he was managing the casino and running the poker room. And when they decided to sell the building to Amazon, he bought the name Portland Meadows for $5,000.
Oh man, that's nothing.
I know.
Portland Meadows.
Everybody knows Portland Meadows.
Yeah.
So now it's Portland Meadows Poker. And he got the name for freaking $5,000.
Wow. So, okay, this gets into something that's rather interesting. Politicians always come up with these ideas, tax ideas. It's going to raise this amount. It's going to raise that amount. Mm-hmm. What they never take into account is human nature and ingenuity.
Yeah.
We always find the way around something. That's why you got to just keep it simple.
Yeah, just
You know? Because that was a prime example. He found the way to make this happen so that it's technically legal.
Yeah, I don't know who figured that out. It wasn't Brian. It was whoever made these slot
but the
machines.
point is, somebody's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just stupid to say, oh yeah, if I charge this as a tax, we'll make this much money. No, because we're going to figure out a way to not have to pay you that in tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, man, I'm going to die on this horse, I think.
Oh, that fits. Horse race.
I'm going to die on this horse. If we just had a king, it just wouldn't matter. King
No, I understand, yeah.
Right? We wouldn't be arguing.
Hey,
about
but Saturday is no king day.
do people he already gave up his throne once, right? When he lost to Biden. So now people think he's not going to give it up again?
No, they think he's behaving like a king. Like the mayor of LA was saying how he's just doing this as a testing ground so that he can move troops in on other states. It's like, no, you're letting your state burn down. And that's what I don't understand, man. What makes you think your citizens really want that?
Because they keep voting for him.
Oh, that's a good point. Come on, man. Drink it up. I'm thirsty.
Because they keep voting for him.
All I know is that I've got to do things to get my mind off of politics from time to time, because I see these friends of mine and strangers that I know who have TDS, and I'm going, okay, well then, what blank DS do I have? Something derangement syndrome. Because we're all being played.
Yeah.
Everybody's being played.
That's a good thought exercise. What do I have derangement syndrome on?
Just the thought that I might not have already had. Oh man, you spilled some. It's running down. The thought. Yeah. Anyhow, I don't know. What is your derangement syndrome?
I don't know.
You are obsessed with putting yourself down when it comes to your brisket.
Not really.
Yeah. Oh, it's not good.
No, it's super okay.
Okay, I have taken that expression, man. My wife and I have used that so many times this past week.
Here's my problem. Okay?
Super okay.
Here's my problem. I know that it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Which one do you want? The little piece or the
little piece?
I'll take the little one.
All right, I'll take the little piece too. It's not like, I know that it's edible, right?
It's more than edible.
It's good, but I want it to be like I want everybody to not be able to stop eating my cooking. Right?
You want that scene? Oh, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
What scene?
Meaning of Life. Infamous scene.
Okay.
Infamous scene. This is a Monty Python film.
Okay.
I will find that scene and show it to you.
Okay.
But we don't want to take up viewer time with that.
But that's my problem. Like, I'm all in or all out. Like, I want to be a root ball champion, and I suck. And it just sucks, right? I'm super okay. Like, I want my barbecue to be the best in the world. Right? Like, that's what my expectation is. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm all in.
Right.
And it's good.
No, it's very good. It's great.
Like, let's compare it to, like, places around. Like, here's your mission, okay? Let's find...
Dun, 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 dun,
Let's
dun,
find...
Dun. I can do those stunts like Tom Cruise. Dun, 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 dun. My mission.
All right, I want you to go to Matt's Barbecue, or Smokin' Oak Barbecue.
Smokin' Oak. Where is that?
It's on North
it's
Williams.
here in Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Matt's Barbecue on Mississippi.
You remember Rio's Ribs? Did you ever go there?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it was.
I never had any.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like Snoop Dogg's cousin or something like that.
Snoop Dogg's uncle.
Uncle?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Snoop Dogg's uncle.
I never went to Rio's Ribs.
It was right down the street,
did.
dude.
I did a long time ago. I did. Yes, once.
We used to go to Rio's like once a quarter. We don't go out much. So.
They're downtown. Sandy. Yeah, right near I-84.
Okay, I just looked up best Portland brisket. The first one that came up is Matt's Barbecue.
Matt's Barbecue.
North Mississippi.
Master Matt?
Master Pat.
Master Pat? Best
Master
barbecue.
Pat. So
I had him over for drinks the other night.
And you didn't call me over?
I'm sorry. I should have.
Man.
Well, it's been a while since I've been able to hang out with him. I just wanted to see
I would have
how
brought
he's
something
doing.
cool.
That's true.
I would have. You would have said, hey, Master Pat's over. Bring something cool. Anyways.
So
I want you to go to one of these.
Matt's Barbecue.
Matt's Barbecue or Smokin' Oak.
Smokin' Oak.
That's on North Williams.
Okay.
When I say North Williams, I think of my childhood, and white people didn't go there. And now it's just all white people. It just makes me sad.
Sorry. I didn't do it.
It's not your... Like... It's not... just makes me sad.
It's that, what do they call that?
Gentrification.
Gentrification, yes.
Like, it just makes me sad. Is that, like, I talked to this dude at work, okay? He used to live out here, and he moved to North Portland. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's so cool. Like, you can walk around, and like, there's all these restaurants, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Like, dude, you have no idea.
I was over there today.
I was like, I can't wrap my head around all the people that they pushed out so that you can walk to your favorite restaurant.
Is it pushing out?
Yeah, because they can't afford it. So this is how gentrification works, okay?
Well, because this person sells their property to this guy.
But the problem is most of the people that lived there didn't own. They had to rent because they couldn't afford it.
Gotcha.
Right? So a few people start selling to white people with money because they're big houses, they're old, and they do, and then they come in, and then all those people, and if they own their house, it's like, I can't afford the property taxes, so I have to sell.
Well, that's on the state.
Like, that's bullshit.
No, I agree. I hate property taxes. It's wrong.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, because you have to be able to pay for, like, police and fire
and so
in your area, your property taxes.
You create, not a property tax, a tax. Here's what we need for these services. We got 100,000 people. Here's your fee to have these services.
But it should be.
That's the true fair tax.
But it should be.
I should be able to own my property.
What?
I don't own it.
They shouldn't be able to take your property if you can't afford it. Like I. But what do you do when you can't pay the tax? Then they throw you in jail. Like that's the right.
You know, then you got to do something. You got to move to a cheaper place.
Well, but then you're getting kicked out of your home anyways, right? So like whether it's a property tax or a personal tax, like if you can't pay, you can't pay it, right? But the thing is like all these people, just like this was their home,
right?
And they were pushed out for gentrification, like to fix it up and make it nice, and
you get a rundown neighborhood. The property is cheaper, so people buy it. They fix it up. The prices go up.
But when
it's simple as that. It's simple math.
But it's simple math, yes. But they targeted the city of Portland. Targeted that.
No, but
with developments,
right,
and tax breaks for people that did like.
No, see, I'm against all of that.
They did that.
Yeah.
They did.
I'm against tax breaks for anything. Everything should just be no tax breaks, no nothing, bare bones. We got to have fire, police, ambulance. Here's your bill, because this is what it costs to have these services. That's it. That's how it should be. None of this micromanaging stuff, you know, we should do this. Because then you get stuff like this stupid-ass bridge project.
Oh, what's going on? They're going to fucking
They're going to do the same thing as the last one, where they spend up hundreds of millions of dollars to do nothing but talk about it.
Yeah.
That's wrong. No. There's nothing that's going to happen. So we're back into politics. We got to get out of politics.
Well, anyways.
What's something else we can talk about?
We can talk about my top 3 finish.
Which I would have pushed him out.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I would have.
No
I would have
chance.
kicked your ass,
No
dude.
dice.
We need to have mano. Yeah, roof ball.
Okay. What's the wager? If you're talking shit, we got a wager.
Okay, I'm ready. How much? $100?
You tell me.
$100.
You really put $100 on
I'll
that?
put $200 on it. I'll kick your ass.
Okay, I'll put $200.
All right.
My wife's gonna kill me if I lose.
So is mine. Shh, don't watch this, Julie.
Well, I once bet my brother $500 on something, and I said it too loud, and Stephanie heard, and she just whooped it. And he's like, dude, you got to keep your mouth down. And I'm like, dude, have you met yourself?
No kidding. No kidding, Mr. Volume Control.
Yeah. So
Man, I thought you were loud, and then I met your brother.
that's what Jimmy said. I used to work with this dude Jimmy, and he was like, "Dude, you're so loud. Like, calm down." I'm like, "I don't feel loud." And then he came to a party because when we used to have parties back in the day, right? And my brother came, and we came back to work. Oh man,
Wow. 30 minutes goes by
yeah.
very fast.
We came back to work, and he just kind of came up next to my desk, and he put his arm around me. He's like, "Dude,
I apologize.
I thought you were the loud one."
No, okay, but here's the thing. It's because of what you're around. So when Julie and I first met, my mom was the type of person that you cannot get in a word edgewise. It doesn't stop. She did circular breathing, man. She could just keep talking without ever pausing to breathe. She would just keep talking, and somehow she was breathing in through the nose as she was talking. See, I can't do that. I gotta breathe.
Yeah.
So, when Julie and I first met, you get into an argument, she automatically is a little bit more pulled back. I'm automatically just more aggressive.
Yeah.
And then you add on top of that, she cannot get a word in edgewise. And the one thing the counselor did help with is he said, before you respond to anything she says, count to 10 in your head, not out loud. Because then she can actually finish what she's saying. But with my mom, if you're going to let her finish, you're never going to get in the... No, Mom.
Dude, can you imagine if your mom had TDS?
Oh, jeez. I would have had to just put her down, man.
Where's like, the horse dewormer?
I love horse dewormer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just, I don't know how she did that circular breathing, but she did, man. Just didn't stop. And so naturally, that's how I've always been. Mr. Motormouth.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stop talking, as you can tell right now. I just kind of feel the quiet time, like words. Words that don't mean anything, but still, they're words. So I say them. It's like Ronnie.
Does Ronnie do that? Dude, I saw that picture that you posted. First time Jason wasn't there first.
It was so funny. He was the last guy there.
Why was he late?
Well, we had an early start because that was the 95-degree day. But still, I expected him to beat the other guys. But I honestly, kudos to the guys. I swear to you, I thought I should text them all to remind them about the start time today. But I went, no. I'm not
They're adults.
Mom.
You're not their mom.
Supposedly they're adults. Turns out they were adults. They all showed up on time, even a little bit early. And so I took that picture of an empty chair with all of them going.
Yeah, that was great. I saw that. I was like, that's spectacular.
Yeah, and Jason was like, oh, one time! One time!
Oh, dude, speaking of Jason, I sent him a text yesterday. I saw this picture. And I said, dude, you need this. In fact, I thought this was him.
Oh, yeah. Let me get my glasses. That does look like his chicken legs. And it's got a fish and yeah.
He's got a ruler on his leg.
Oh, that's
It's a
funny.
tattooed ruler on his leg.
Show it to the camera there. That's awesome.
It's a I'm trying to get there you go. It's a tattooed ruler on the leg.
Yeah.
I saw that
Jason
and I'm like,
needs
dude,
that.
you need this.
And
he said definitely.
I don't think he has any tattoos on his legs.
I don't think he does either.
It's all his sleeve with a Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is awesome.
I was telling someone the other day about how I went to a Star Wars trivia contest. And I said, you know what? I got friends. They are diehard Star Wars people. Ringers. We're going to win this. Devin. Neil Twig.
I was not there.
Jason. Yes, you were.
I was not there.
Jason. Who was the other one?
You, me, Jason,
Neil.
There was at least 5.
Maybe it was just 4 of us.
Who was the 4th one?
Me.
Oh, you.
But I wasn't going to have all the answers. I expected them to. And when this was over, okay. That, my brain just went down another path. Because I was going to say, I am just really let down by you guys. Because you made me think that you were something, that you were really a Star Wars fan. And I found out that night when they didn't get anything right on the quiz.
That's not true. We
Well,
got a
no,
lot
it's not
right.
true. Yeah.
We got a lot right.
But we got our asses kicked, and it was your fault. But here's the thing. We went to Riverdance the other night with Chelsea and Liz.
You never invite me to Riverdance.
Well, they bought the tickets.
Oh.
We had to pay them.
But they bought it.
But they bought it. Okay, so we did Riverdance when we were in Dublin, Ireland, so it's legit.
Dude,
but these are the troupe from Ireland. Obviously, they're doing the U.S. tour. And when it was all over, I looked at the girls and I said, I have really let myself go. Because these people are awesome. They're just stellar.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, what I walked away with actually was going, wow, I have such an amazing God. Because look at what he made us to be able to do. Not just the dance, but there was singing as well.
While they're dancing.
There is
and the
no.
Did you
They
see
don't.
that?
Yeah, but they don't do the dancing like the other people do. They don't.
They don't. Do
They
the
move
fiddle-
around.
They don't do the fiddling and the dancing.
Yeah. But not the dancing.
Oh.
They kind of dance.
I seen one back in the day.
But
No. They were like full on.
Oh, I've seen that.
And
Yeah.
Fiddling.
My
like,
point is,
what the hell?
when you have the pinnacle of anything, take any sport, any music, any endeavor, you see
Any food making.
the
You see my problem.
brisket.
You see my problem.
My point is,
Super okay.
we have such ability that blows the mind.
But not everybody.
No, everybody, well, not everybody, but most people do have the potential.
Not this guy.
It's only because you don't focus on that and do nothing but that. These people do nothing but that. Now, here's the funny thing.
Natural talent. If I did
you gotta have natural talent.
Nothing but Riverdance, I would still fail.
Once again, exactly. And that's what makes me upset about people who think that they are something and all that, because they forget you were created. You don't get to say what your physical limitations are. You were made with them. And so Michael Jordan, yeah, he had to practice all the time to get where he's at. But you know what? If he was me, he would not have gotten where he was at. No matter how much practice you do.
Yeah. You have to have
an innate ability.
Innate ability, yes, correct.
Something that was created by your creator. But that's the thing. Everybody's got something that they're very good at.
Some people don't.
True. But maybe they just did not tap in. But my point is, when you see excellence like that in any endeavor.
Oh yeah. Even if it's not not your thing, like even if you're like
yeah, agreed.
Agreed. Irish music and Irish dancing, like
that ain't my thing.
It ain't my thing.
No.
But when you
agreed.
see excellence,
yeah,
it's like
it makes you go, oh, and I'm telling you,
it makes me say, holy fuck me.
When
that is awesome.
Because they also have this one girl that she's not doing the dancing, she's just doing the singing, high soprano, beautiful, clear, stellar voice. And then the other people come in, although I think that was not them. Yeah, because they didn't have the mic, but it's part of a scene that you're creating.
Sure.
But the point is, somebody did vocalize this.
Yeah.
And it is so perfect that I just went, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you see excellence in anything, it doesn't matter if it's your thing or not.
Yeah,
when you
agreed.
see excellence and you know that you're seeing excellence, it's like
It's beautiful. And I think that's why, because sometimes when you analyze it, unemotionally and just purely analytically, why the hell do we go to movies? Why do we go to theater? Why do we go to sports shows?
Because we want to see excellence.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want to spill that.
Because we want to see excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm super okay. Because I'm not excellence.
And I've been thinking about changing the name of my company.
To
Not
Super Okay.
Dr. Roof, Super Okay Roofing. Wouldn't that be awesome? It's like,
No, it would not be awesome.
Yeah, the shingle doesn't quite match yours.
Dude,
but it's super okay.
Dude, you know how much shit was being talked? Every time those things flapped up.
Oh man. That was so funny because when she goes, now you put that on, I'm just like, I'm kind of, yes.
But it wasn't you, it was Jason, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, the point is, usually they heat seal. Those suckers did not heat seal on the roof.
But you did it last year, right?
Well, but the thing is,
the end of the year last year.
And normally it's hot enough, but there was a game right afterwards.
Yeah.
I think there was also just enough dust on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Dude, it was like...
It was flopping all over. It was like me
video.
with a toupee and a hurricane storm.
Trump with a toupee.
Yeah, he does not have a toupee.
Not anymore.
Did he once have one?
I think so.
I don't know.
And then he went to...
Some kind of a weave thing inside of
hair
his building. No, he didn't. That was Joe Biden. He did the hair plugs.
I bet Trump did too.
No.
Dude, everybody.
It's got a look.
Fucking LeBron James got hair plugs.
No, it has a look. He doesn't have that look. He's got this weird thing where what they do is they like let some hair grow out long and they kind of weave it in and like macrame it together with other hairs.
You think so?
No, yeah, seriously. It's a technique. Because I heard someone talking about this a long time ago when he was first became president. And there's this guy in the Trump Tower that has some kind of a hair thing. It's just like, yeah, I think that's what's going on.
So he lives in Trump Tower and he's like a hair business.
For Trump.
For Trump.
I think so.
And maybe a few other, important people.
Perhaps. Who knows?
But he has to be on call.
Oh, yeah.
For the president.
Hey, speaking of famous, I got a party coming up in August. How we doing on trying to get me some celebrities here?
Yeah, I'm failing.
Both of you watching this. Come on, man.
Well,
It's the 20th year.
Hey, where's the 5 people for the Infinity Barrel?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, who's failing now?
What's more important? 20 years
What's
of the
easier
Cabana?
to accomplish?
I work for a living.
What's...
This guy...
I don't work for a living? Dude, I had to spend 2 hours today. 2 hours. Talking a guy down from the...
Off the ledge.
Well, talking a guy down from the... How many cuts are we doing? And what about the second cut that I heard? Oh, and I heard about a third cut.
Yeah.
Right? And like I had to talk him down, and then we had to talk about other issues.
Here's to talking down. Well, not talking down to someone, but
No.
talking them off the ledge, man.
Yeah, I told him, dude, if they fire you, I'm gonna be pissed.
I need some more chips.
I need some chips.
Whoa!
Easy, sir.
Yeah.
So, I do work for a
and
living.
that's the thing. That's what gets me upset about when government people get all in a tizzy about losing their job, cutbacks, whatever. It's like, dude, welcome to the real world, man.
Welcome to the story of my life. Yeah. And, like the Republicans cut government, right?
Supposedly.
Well, like stereotypically. Let's talk in stereotypes here.
Okay. Stereotypes.
Republicans cut government, Democrats increase government.
Right.
Why do they do it? Because they want all the people that they employ to vote Democrat.
Right.
right? Like,
Right.
oh, these guys are giving me a job. Well, I should vote for them.
What is Oregon's #1 employer? Government employees. It's
Is
the
it?
biggest employer. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Google it up.
So when I see the stats, I never see the government. But maybe they say private employer.
Could be. Could be.
Oregon.
Maybe it was Multnomah County. No, it was Multnomah County. I heard the stat. It's been a while, and I think it was Multnomah County. But the point was, the top 3 employers were
See, Intel,
state, Fed,
Nike,
and
Providence,
county.
TriMet. Let me look up Multnomah County. And then I'll say including government.
Even Jimmy Hoffa said that government employees should not be unionized.
Providence is the #1 employer.
Really?
Including government. The largest employer in Multnomah County, including government entities, is Providence Health and Services.
Really?
They employ over 23,000 people.
Wow!
Other major employers in Multnomah County including government, include Intel, Nike, Legacy, Kaiser, Fred Meyer, Portland Public Schools, that's government. City of Portland, 1, 2, 3, 4,
All
5,
right.
7, 8. So City of Portland is 8.
All right.
Portland State University, Multnomah County is 10.
Still, that's a big-ass employer.
You got to keep those Democrats voting Democrat.
I don't care about Democrat or Republican. I just don't like government. It needs to be honed down.
Wow.
There's so much.
Dude, what's going on
Wait.
with Elon and Trump? Like,
I don't know. There's so many different thoughts out there on what's going on.
The
I don't really
funniest
care.
thing-
Here's my point that I know is true.
okay.
And I came up with this on my own, but then I saw somebody else had the same take.
Go ahead.
No, I swear to you. Because I grew up loving Van Halen.
Okay.
Elon Musk is to Trump what David Lee Roth is to Eddie Van Halen. Right?
Maybe.
Those two egos could not stay together, but when they worked together, they were stellar.
I saw this.
But they could not. And so they blew up, and then...
I saw this thing and it said, people say that women can't lead because they'll be too emotional. Have you seen the latest Trump and Elon tweets?
Okay. I think it's more Elon than Trump, though. He kind of went off the rails, man.
Dude, he was like calling him an Epstein list guy.
Okay. And here's the thing. I hear people before he did that saying stuff like that, and part of me in the back of my mind goes, well, maybe that's the reason why the files have not been released yet. Here's the problem. Biden had those files. That came in under the first Trump administration. If they sent so many attorney generals after Trump, if they just had his name on the Epstein list. And Chelsea, she had given me this one story, and I looked into it, about how there was a lawsuit from this girl saying, as like a 13-year-old, that Trump had raped her. Yeah. And so I looked it up. The attorney that represented her is known for chasing famous people for that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean it didn't happen, and it was associated Trump and Epstein. Here's the problem with that. Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago because Epstein was such a creeper. So, if Epstein, how did he get rich? He had the goods on people. If he had the goods on Trump, he couldn't have gotten kicked out.
Yeah.
And so you just got to logically follow through with these things.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me believe, okay, I think she was raped. I don't know who it was, but that guy was chasing anybody who was rich and famous, along with Epstein.
Or it was fake.
Or that. And with this bit, if Trump is truly on the Epstein list, then I guarantee you they would have released that.
Did you listen to Kash Patel on Rogan?
Not every parts.
Yeah.
There's something weird going on.
What do you mean weird?
Because both him and Dan Bongino are like, yeah, no, he committed suicide.
Based on the evidence.
I don't know, man. I find that hard to believe. Now, it could be that he committed suicide by paying off the guards, you got to be asleep and all that kind of stuff. But here's the problem.
He failed a suicide attempt a month earlier.
And I did hear that. But here's the problem. He also got off in Florida from the original charges with minors and that kind of stuff. Because he has names.
Sure.
And so I kind of think he would have thought, I'm going to get off of this too.
I don't know.
Maybe he did, because I've loved Kash Patel and especially Dan Bongino.
Yeah. Like, they seemed like they're just doing their job.
But when they were originally interviewed and the way they were saying, no, he committed suicide, it didn't look natural. It looked like, I gotta say this.
Well, I didn't watch it. I listened. And the way he spoke about, and like Rogan kind of went hard on him.
Yeah.
A little, like,
and that's
harder than normal.
That's a nice
Like,
thing about Rogan and other podcasters.
Well, but people bitch about Rogan and say, oh, he's too soft. He just lets people talk. But he went pretty hard on him, and he was like, listen.
I've seen him go hard on a number of people.
Yeah, me too. But he kind of was like, well, like, he was like, listen, I am going to present the evidence that I can prove.
Right.
I cannot prove that someone went in there and killed him.
Right.
I've been in these places, and I've seen people kill themselves in these places. I know what it looks like. He was like, well, this doctor, and so they were like looking up the doctor that said it wasn't suicide
because of some stupid bone. Yeah.
And they went through the whole thing, and I was like,
I didn't watch that.
I was like, well, I mean, I kind of like that Kash Patel dude.
I have always liked him.
He's
top because he was chased after by Biden and them.
Yeah. Because of the Russia gate. Because of the Russia gate.
Right.
And he was like, listen, I wasn't working for Trump. Like, I was this, and I was initially like, Trump did it. Trump was the guy, and I was investigating him. Mm-hmm. And then it turns out it wasn't true.
Yeah, because the FBI made it up.
Because the FBI made it up.
They lied to the FISA judge. And yeah. Now, I just heard, because it didn't have a camera, but there's a J6 case going on. I don't remember, but it's basically the Supreme Court, in the Supreme Court, and I heard the dialogue back and forth with different justices and the attorneys, and it was just so funny because it's like, well, no, they did wrong, and they fit this law because of this, and I don't remember which judge it was. He's going, well, so if somebody stops the proceeding here and now by yelling and stuff like that, which has happened before, then that comes under that jurisdiction. Well, no, because it's like, okay, I want to have it for this guy, but I don't want to have it for this guy.
It's a bunch of fuckery going on.
Exactly. Everything is fuckery.
Everything is fuckery.
That's how we should end this.
We should end this.
Everything
is fuckery except the Cabana. Because the Cabana is the only place where it doesn't matter what you believe.
That's right. You're welcome.
You're welcome. And when you walk through the door, you can have
and
some libation.
If you're a Nazi racist piece of shit, come on into the Cabana. I promise not to kill you or beat you up
No,
or
but
anything.
we'll convert you
But
with
we're
our
gonna,
good
yeah,
attitude.
yeah, that's right, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about conversion. Conversion therapy.
That's what he's been doing to me for the last 10 years.
Dude, you have no choice.
I'm going to write that in my memoir. You
Yeah.
realize that, right?
Sure. You better come to my memorial service. It's in a church.
I went to church for Jason.
Yeah,
You-
you threw up in a bucket.
I did not. Do you really think I wouldn't come to your memorial? Come
I know,
on, man.
I know, man.
I would
I
probably
love you.
speak at your memorial.
Yeah, you better.
All right. I'll mark it down.
And you can say whatever you want. I will even say that because I have a little. I need to update my video, my death video.
You have a death video?
Yes, I do. It's my last Happy Friday here in the Cabana. Yeah,
That is...
but it's out of date. I did that a few years back, and I'm an older man now, and I need to do it again.
That's actually kind of cool.
Okay, I know we were ending. Here's what gave me this idea. Decades ago, we were living in New Orleans. I was watching something on the tube, and Yul Brynner came
Yeah.
on this commercial. Love Yul Brynner. Loved. And he said, now that I'm dead, I have just one thing to say to you. Don't take up smoking. And that hit me. And right then I said, someday, now back then you didn't have video cameras.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, they did, but you were watching TV.
Yeah, you were
watching TV, so they had video games.
No, my point is, as a consumer, it was not out there everywhere. If you were rich and I was not rich,
Or you worked
had
at a
one.
TV studio, or...
Because my friend Bruce Gort, boy, he had a video camera, and that was back when I was in junior high. But he had a rich dad. But anyhow, my point is, that really, really struck me. And I was just, wow, I'm watching this guy, he is dead. And he's saying, don't do this. That's what killed him. And so I went, I need to do that because the one time I have people that are actually going to listen to me, it's going to be at my memorial service,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
I'll try not to go long. I kept it
You
short.
will go long.
No, I kept it short on the first one. It was only 45 minutes.
I don't know who you are, but 45 minutes ain't short.
Yeah, I don't know what our clock's on now. Anyhow, yeah, I need to update that.
Okay.
I'm behind.
I will be happy to speak at your memorial. Oh,
Dude.
shit. You're too slow.
No, I had mine finished before you before.
Now you're too slow.
All right.
Cheers.
Happy going down the Cabana hall.
Sure.
Sure.